Hey guys, welcome back, and let me show you and tell you what I've been doing. Work's been a drag, a lot of work, a lot of training, but what I noticed lately, which is really cool, is there is a kind of like a kind of like a new flare up for everything second edition in 40K. But before we get to the 40K stuff, a friend of mine went and got me this book. Now, I'm an avid comic book collector. Sam Glanzman. I've got some of his artwork over here, but he was well known for doing his USS Stevens, which is a destroyer in the South Pacific, fighting the Japanese during World War II. And when Sam got out of the service, he did art in comic books for DC, the major five, which was GI Combat, Army at War with Sergeant Rock, our Fighting Forces. What else do we have? Oh, come on now, Robert. There's five. There's five altogether. Fighting Forces, Army at War, GI Combat, Spangled War Stories, and the fourth one is slipping through my brain, so I'm going to cheat a wee bit and see if there is anything in this book. The professional years. So he worked on Tom Corbett's Space Cadet. Let's see, did Hercules. So basically what was happening is in those war books there was at the end of the comic book there would be a 4 to 6 page story of the USS Stevens, which was the destroyer. I went out and I got a little Tamaya Borderline series Fletcher class destroyer, which is exactly what the Stevens is or was. So I went on, I put her together in a day or two, and so I did that, and he passed away in 2017. I did get to meet him. I do have some of his artwork over there, which is signed by him, which is cool, but I had no idea that he had passed away. So I finished this book. It was a really good book. If anyone's interested, it is a collection of all his stories, and basically it's his experiences in the South Pacific, plus those of his shipmates and friends who explained to him what happened to them during the war. And it's called the USS Stevens, Collected Stories by Sam Glanzman, forward by Ivan Brandon, introduction by John B. Cook, and afterward by Alan Asherman. Glanzman's a giant and national treasure in the field of illustration. His comic work is rightfully legendary. If this is your first exposure to it, I envied you, Mark Wade. So this is a pretty good book. It's the USS Stevens, the Collected Stories. It looks like Dover Printing put it out. So if you're interested, it should be on Amazon. I don't know what. I have no idea how much this costs. $39.95. There's the ISBN number if you want it. It is a really cool book. I would highly recommend, if you like war books, comic war books, this is definitely a go-to book. So, all right, we've got that done. So now, I want to talk about two gentlemen who are hanging out across the pond, our cousins over there in England. There are two gentlemen who I want to say I am very jealous of, because they know how to make videos, they know how to splice them together, and they look really, really cool. And It's Ed from Minisodes and Matthew from Miniscapes. And these two gentlemen, I mean, they're not the only ones, but they definitely caught my eye. And what they do is they went deep diving into second edition 40K, and they actually playing games, which is so cool. It's not funny. So I wanted to give them a shout out. It's Ed from Minisodes and Matthew from Miniscapes, and they actually put together Codex compliant armies, and we fought the battle of the Polar Fortress between the Ultramarines and the Tyranids. So that is really super cool. So I've been working on mine and trying to get mine up ship shape, and they've motivated me to go ahead and do this. Except they also expose some of my flaws, and that is I have a 6-man Devastator squad there, a six-man Devastator squad there, and I had a 5-man squad of Assault Marines, 3-man squad of bikes, which I do have the bikes. I do have the extra 5 guys to make a total of 10 Assault Marines. I do have the Dreadnought. Swapped out the arms because that's not the generic. The Ultramarine Dreadnought. Wait, do we even have it? So we have the Dark Angels, we have the Space Wolves, and we've got the Blood Angels. Okay. We'll have to shed some serious light on this, aren't we? Do I see... We got a Chaos Dread up there. I don't see a normal, regular, Ultramarine Dreadnought box. How dare I? I am sorely lacking, so the Emperor is not going to be pleased with me. Not in the least. Uh-oh. Alright. Oh, okay. And like an idiot, I just bought another box. For $200, $250. Yep. He was selling it for $400 and he offered it to me for $250. I said, yep, okay. So I did. The whole idea is to get 8 boxes to match the, is that correct? Do I need 8 or do I need... Oh, I think I need 9 boxes for the Loyalist Legions. Okay, so I'm getting off track. So, Minisodes and Miniscapes had me looking into the Codex again, and I went, ouch, okay, and they're right. My Assault Marines and my Devastator Marines, according to the Codex, I need to take... I can take 5-man Scout Squad. That's not bad. I can do that. Terminator squads. 5-man Terminator squad, which isn't bad. The Assault Squad is 1 Space Marine Sergeant and 9 Space Marines. The Devastator Squad is 1 Space Marine Sergeant and 9 Space Marines. Now, what that does is it eliminates the Razorback, which came out later, which you can take up to 6 Marines in it. And you could mini-max, and that was 3rd edition. 3rd edition, you could go with 6 Marines with a veteran sergeant, heavy weapons, and a special weapon as well. So you could basically do this right here and just have 1 more extra guy here, and that would be a mini-max squad for Space Marines in the 3rd. Alright. So now it means I need to get 10 more of these silly guys to fill this up. Unless I steal. Unless I steal. But I don't want to. I've got 6 tactical squads, which is cool. I have 2 Terminator squads plus a Dread. Those are your elite choices. I need 2 heavies, 3 heavies. So I have the Predator and 2 squads of Devastator Marines as well. Only got the 2 Rhinos, which is cool. I'm not looking to get 6 Rhinos for the box set. I gotta see with the bike squad. We're gonna go back over here. Bike squad consists of 3 to 5 Space Marines riding bikes. Okay, so the bike squad's cool. We can deal with the bike squad. They're good. They're good to go. So that gives us Land Speeder, Assault Squad, Bike Squad. There's your 3 choices for your fast attack. Then you got your Dreadnought, 2 Termies. That's your elite. Here's your 6 tactical, and then you got your 3. You got the Predator, and you got your 2 Devastator squads, which is now your heavy selection. So that's what I got going on. I also this pile of shame is the 10th edition stuff, which I picked up First Strike, then I picked up the No Fair, then I picked up the Recruit edition, and later on I picked up the Hab Bunker and Stockades, and then I picked up the Gladius. Is that what the Gladiator? So I picked up the Gladiator, and these actually come with the big box set now. So I actually got these way before they came out. So I had that. So I did go see a friend, and he had this, and I ended up buying the introductory set just for the hell of it. And then I went to another friend's store, and to support that brick and mortar, they actually had the full starter set. So I ended up picking this up, which wasn't too bad. I mean, it's got the Termies and some pretty cool monsters. The big Tick there, and the Tyranid Prime, and some Termagants, and some Leapers and stuff. So it's pretty cool. That little doohickey came in it right there, which is pretty neat. And then in both sets, so this one here came with the big starter set, the middles, I should say. Here's the single set and the middle set. So the single set had this one, and the middle set had this one here, I believe. Yeah, which is weird because the small starter set gave you more stuff, but both of them have this cool matte double-sided, which is pretty neat. So that's pretty cool. And then of course I've got my my Imperium subscription going here. So I have all this. Then I have Terrain with Sisters of Battle in here, and Imperial, and underneath that box I have Necrons. So that's what I'm doing, guys. So just to throw this out there to you, what would you like to see in that Ultramarine army? You want these guys here or these guys here? What would you think would be more appropriate? So it's the old, I mean, these are still towards the second edition, just between second and third, these came out. These are Rogue Trader and the Tyranid box set and that kind of neat stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like that too. All right, guys. I'll cut this short. Oh, and look at him. I'm doing Zulu, guys. Yes, I am. I'm doing Zulu, guys. I'm out of my mind. I am seriously out of my mind. Oh, and I went to Gen Con, so we'll fill you in on that later on. Guys, have a good one. Be good to each other. It's a crazy world out there. And we'll see you out there. Ciao.